Jeff Bezos is donating all of his money? Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Jeff Bezos is donating all of his money. Let's get right into it. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos announced that he will donate the majority of his fortune to charity, making him the latest billionaire to pledge to donate his vast fortune during his lifetime. According to Bloomberg, Bezos is the world's fourth richest person, worth $124 billion. In an interview with CNN, Bezos, who was joined by his girlfriend, former television anchor Lauren Sanchez, said they were preparing to give away his money. He said he wanted to give in a way that maximized the impact of the donations. He said, "It's really hard," he then added, "and there are a bunch of ways I think that you could do ineffective things." It was the first time Bezos stated that he would give away the majority of his wealth. More than 230 of the world's wealthiest people have pledged to donate money to charitable causes as part of the Giving Pledge, a philanthropy movement launched in 2010. Many ultra-wealthy Americans have given away large portions of their fortunes since at least the 19th century financier George Peabody. In his influential 1889 treatise, The Gospel of Wealth, Andrew Carnegie famously wrote, "The man who dies thus rich dies disgraced." Carnegie, like Bezos at Amazon, was frequently chastised for his company's labor practices. The New York Times then reported that Amazon plans to lay off 10,000 people in corporate and technology jobs beginning this week, in what would be the company's largest job cuts in history. Bezos' wealth, which was more than $200 billion last year, has dropped by tens of billions on paper because it is closely linked to Amazon's share price, which has fallen along with other technology stocks this year. Meanwhile, Bezos has faced questions and criticism for years about his relative lack of philanthropic donations, particularly when compared to fellow high-profile billionaires like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and more recently Bezos' ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott. Benjamin Soskis, a senior research associate at the Urban Institute Center on Nonprofits and Philanthropy, tells CNBC, "Make it, to the extent that he has a lot of money, it's a big deal." The billionaire and Amazon founder did not provide many details about how he intends to distribute his vast fortune, or which issues and charitable causes he may prefer over others. If anything, Bezos admitted that he's still ironing out the details, and that he wants to get the most bang for his buck. Why is Bezos only now committing to donating the majority of his fortune? Soskis believes he was under increasing public pressure to join the trend of wealthy individuals pledging to give back on a large scale. For years, Soskis says, Bezos resisted developing a public philanthropic identity, a position that the researcher believes had become increasingly untenable amid public criticism of Bezos' massive wealth. According to Bloomberg's Billionaire Index, Bezos is the world's fourth richest person, but his name has been noticeably absent from the Giving Pledge, which 230 people have signed since 2010 as a pledge to donate the majority of their fortunes to charity during their lifetimes. The Giving Pledge was founded by Gates and Buffett. Over the last decade, others such as Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have signed it. In the interview, Bezos made an interesting comparison, comparing the hard work of building Amazon into a trillion-dollar company to the process of determining the most effective ways to donate the massive wealth he's amassed as a result of Amazon's success. Bezos told CNN, "It's not easy. Building Amazon was not easy. It took a lot of hard work, a bunch of very smart teammates, hardworking teammates, and I'm finding that charity, philanthropy is very similar." The analogy could be interpreted as an attempt to explain why Bezos has been so slow to announce his philanthropic plans, and why those plans remain somewhat ambiguous. But according to Soskis, Bezos' statement actually covers well-trodden ground, which he refers to in his research as the difficulty of giving trope. Billionaires dating back to Gilded Age tycoons like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller publicly insisted that giving away their wealth was as difficult as accumulating it in the first place. When wealthy individuals talk about philanthropy in such a way, Soskis argues, it's usually been an attempt to justify the enormous wealth that's accumulating in the hands of a few people. Soskis said, "The idea that philanthropy is hard, and it's this vocation that really isn't just writing checks, but takes engagement and discipline, is a way to really legitimize that status of enormous wealth." Some are saying that Mackenzie Scott's giving may have moved the needle. Mackenzie Scott signed the Giving Pledge after her divorce from Bezos in 2019, and she's reportedly donated more than $14 billion to charities since then. It's possible that Scott's highly visible and prolific philanthropic efforts have increased pressure on Bezos to increase his own giving. But according to Soskis, Scott has become incredibly influential in the world of philanthropy in a relatively short period of time. It would be hard for Bezos or any wealthy individual not to be inspired or perhaps shamed by his ex-wife's example. According to Forbes, Bezos has donated more than $2.4 billion to charity in his lifetime. In 2020, he pledged a total of $10 billion to his own climate nonprofit, the Bezos Earth Fund. The fund has granted nearly $1 billion of that total as of November 2021. In some cases, Bezos has delegated charitable donations to other prominent figures. He established a $100 million Courage and Civility Award last year, which he grants to a recipient to be distributed to charities of their choice. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.